Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/citizenho. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello there.
Hola.
Have you missed us?
Maybe.
No, I don't think so. I mean, all that fan mail we got while we've been away. I mean,
all five of you missed us?
We were blown away by the amount of emails we got. I mean, like, Kevin was, like, having tears of joy.
Well, maybe tears. I don't know about of joy.
Sorry, folks. We know you've been missing us. It's just been a crazy couple of months in our lives. Kevin had a little... Have we had a recording since... When was our last episode?
I don't remember.
I'll find out.
Kevin has a new little bundle of joy.
Mm-hmm. Her name is...
Harper. Much to her grandmother's dismay. Although she doesn't make a big deal about it anymore. But
our last episode... No, she was alive.
Well, of course she was alive.
8-1.
Okay, so she had been born. She was about 2 weeks old. So yeah, it's been 3 months. And what a 3 months it has been.
Please explain what a 3 months it has been then.
I'm not going over all of it.
The short version.
Well, yeah, most recently, Pittsburgh. More guns. More shooting. This time at a synagogue. Hits home a little bit for us.
Yeah. If you've listened to any episode of the
podcast... We're Jews.
Yeah. And we're both... Kevin and I met through our synagogue, really.
Yeah, essentially.
Kevin met his wife through our synagogue.
Yes.
Kevin had his
we all grew up in a synagogue. We all grew up in our synagogue.
Yeah. And just,
Although the one thing I have to say is, at least at the high holidays, there was always a police presence outside.
They had a cop car sitting out front, and they had a guy. I don't believe he was armed, just checking tickets.
They still have guys checking tickets. As far as I know, they are not armed.
They weren't members.
But now also they have the parking lot around the building is closed off, except to people who have specific parking passes for it.
Handicap.
Oh, no. My family gets parking passes, but that's because my father served on the board there for years.
Oh, my synagogue, because we have such a small parking lot, it's only handicap parking to park in the lot.
Okay.
North Shore's lot is like 3 times the size of our synagogue.
Yeah, North Shore's lot. Well, North Shore's lot used to basically be first come, first served, except for
the
people.
First 2 rows.
Well, no.
The first 2 rows were handicap.
Yeah, except for whatever was reserved for handicap, and then if you didn't get those, you had to park at the high school across the street. Now, everybody parks at the high school across the street unless you have either pay extra for the parking pass or whatever. Or you can park at the
elementary school across the street.
Well, that's not across the street. That's down the street.
Norwood's basically diagonally across the street. It's probably closer than Melville.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Just because that street is much narrower than Old Town, but...
Anyway, but...
We used to park at Norwood before, when we came for Neela at the end of Yom Kippur.
Easier to get out of?
Easier to get out of, and we were always going in that direction anyway.
But yeah, so I had a couple of friends that were in the Squirrel Hill community. Fortunately, they all made it out safely. My good friend from college, his son's bar mitzvah is actually...
Made it out safely or simply weren't there?
Weren't there.
Okay, that's not made it out safely.
Sorry. They weren't involved in the incident. How's that?
Okay.
But that not knowing is the worst part.
Yeah, well,
when you text your friend and an hour later you hear from them, like, we're fine.
Hey, at least you heard.
Peanut butter cup.
Ooh. I haven't had a peanut butter cup this fine evening.
There's one right in front of you.
Yes, there is.
I have a peanut butter cup.
I'll have a peanut butter cup.
Leftover Halloween candy. And Kevin didn't dress up for his son, who was very upset about it.
He didn't care. He also didn't want to go out anyway.
He's lazy.
Well, I found out after the fact that they didn't have their nap at school that day because it was early dismissal, so...
Was it early dismissal because of trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then Halloween happened. I dressed up as Silent Bob for my office Halloween party. I sang 3 karaoke songs.
Sang? That's being generous.
Attempted to sing 3 karaoke songs. Asked what they were.
Okay, what were they?
First is I did a duet of Africa by Toto.
Oi.
Then I did a solo of You May Be Right by Billy Joel.
Oi.
Then all the IT department did Bye 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 by NSYNC.
Apparently your IT department is gay.
Possibly. We've questioned about Angel before. I'm just kidding.
Angel.
Nah, he's a good dude.
I'm sure he is. I have not met him. Mm-hmm. I don't know the man.
Yeah. Elections in 3 days. 4 days. 4 days.
Yay.
I'm just ready for it to be over.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice if a lot of things were over, but...
No, I just get tired. Like, I literally have gotten 30 pieces of mail this week from candidates.
Oh, God. See, that's what happens when you're involved.
Yeah.
But as it is, I get
if I'm involved, they shouldn't have to send it to me because I'm already going to vote for them.
But they send it to all the people who are involved just because. I don't know.
I was blocked by a guy running for our township committee for no reason.
Is he Republican?
Yes.
Now there
are people that have said a lot worse things than I have to him.
I don't know.
And so
maybe you hit a nerve.
So, what's your prediction for this election?
My guess is I think the general consensus is that the House will turn, but the Senate will not.
Pretty much. I think that's wrong. I don't know if it's going to be as... They're saying it could be a net gain of 40 seats. I think that's optimistic. I'm going to say somewhere between 25 and 30.
Okay.
I just want one guy in the Senate to lose.
Who?
Ted Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's evil incarnate.
No, that was Dick Cheney.
And he looks like Al Lewis.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. A much younger version of him.
Al Lewis ran for governor, didn't he? Or mayor?
He ran for governor of New York, yeah. But it wasn't like it was on like some weird third-party ticket, and nobody really took him seriously.
And our president...
Plus, even then, he was old.
Well, I'm very happy in this time of national crisis, our president is doing his best to unify the people.
Oh... I mean, I'll give him that. Yeah, some of his messaging was the right messaging, but then he goes on Twitter and acts like an idiot. So,
oh, did you hear what this whole conspiracy theory thing?
What's this?
This was good.
I haven't heard this one.
Do you know who
I didn't know there was a conspiracy theory.
Do you know who Jacob Wohl is?
No.
He's a 19 to 20-year-old hedge fund manager. He was like given the name the Wall of Wall Street because he's some sort of financial genius.
Okay, then.
He's become a right-wing conspiracy nutbag. This gets good. So he created this fake company called Surefire Investigations. And basically, they were allegedly paying women to come out and say Robert Mueller raped them.
Yes, I heard about that.
The story started coming apart when people were looking at it, and like you found a picture of the CEO whose name was like, I think it was like Dave Robertson or something, and the profile picture, the picture of the guy was Jacob Wohl. Another picture for one of the people was Christoph Waltz, and another one was the Israeli supermodel Bar Raffaeli.
Okay,
if you called the phone number on the website, it went to Jacob Wohl's mother. I can't make this shit up. Oh, this is one of my favorite stories. This guy is just such a moron. This is like the worst constructed lie in the history of lies.
So, wait, okay, so he created a fake company to
pay
women to say that they were sexually harassed by
say they've been
Bob
investigating Robert Mueller. Not sexually harassed, raped.
Oh, okay. Sexually assaulted by Robert Mueller.
No, raped. There's this between sexual assault and rape.
Fine.
It gets better though, and the date that he chose, Robert Mueller actually has written corroboration that he was actually serving jury duty that day. So when the special counsel's investigation got wind of what was going on, they referred it to some organization to take a look at, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
So, causing a conspiracy to derail a federal investigation, aka obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
This bitch going down. I will say this, even though we do tend to have liberal policies, I would find the humor in this and the other side also because of the stupidity of this design.
Yeah, well. Wow, that was really poorly planned.
Mm-hmm.
And yet this guy's supposed to be a financial genius.
Exactly. Oh, he basically is like the third son of Trump. It's like Eric, Don, and then he's probably above both of them, the way this guy sucks Trump's dick. The main thing about the House flipping isn't that things are going to get done. It's that congressional oversight on the executive branch will come back.
I mean, somewhat. It's certainly not about things getting done. It's more, about
the checks and balances. About
there being some checks and balances. But what's really going to happen is that
nothing's going to get done.
Is that nothing's ever going to get done, and they, the guys in the House are just going to complain that Trump's an idiot or whatever. Trump's going to complain that the Democrats are being obstructionists, which he complains about already.
Mm-hmm. When you control,
and then we go right through the same bullshit cycle that we've been going through.
There's no middle ground anymore.
No, well, nobody wants to find any middle ground.
Like what happened with the tax plan and what they tried, and with the Obamacare repeal, where they just tried to jam it through without any Democratic thing, then no committee, and just jamming through. That was just Obamacare went through, it went through the right process. The Republicans were allowed to add amendments and stuff. That's why some of the limits on it weren't as strong as they should have been.
Yeah, but that's not how the Republicans. That's not the story that they.
No, the Republicans.
They basically say it was jammed through and jammed down everybody's throats, even though nobody wanted it.
You know how many Republicans believe that Obamacare was signed into law by executive order? Speaking of executive orders, apparently executive orders can overrule the Constitution. Did you hear that one?
I still don't understand how he feels this is justified.
I don't think he does. He's just saying stuff to incite his base to get them out to vote. I think he'll just say whatever he can to get people out to vote. I honestly do. He's saying there's a 10% tax cut coming for the middle class.
Oh yeah. Oh, another tax cut?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A 10% tax cut would seriously bankrupt this country. I mean, the tax plan that came through sucked for us.
Yeah, it's because we have an accountant who does our taxes. He actually gave us a comparison of what our taxes were for 2017 and what the 2017 tax return would have been under the new tax law. So again, for comparison's sake, I couldn't really understand exactly where the difference would be. My parents said they actually expected their taxes to be higher because of the new tax law, but they said when they got the comparison, it actually looked like it would have been lower.
The AMT probably helped them.
Maybe. I don't remember what there was something that they said that helped them, and I don't remember what it was.
The AMT threshold doubled. That might have been it.
Might have been. I forget what they told me it was.
Would yours have been better or worse?
That's the thing. I couldn't really understand the comparison. So I wasn't sure. It looked like it would have almost been comparable. Within a few $100s of each other or
Mine,
something.
I think, might actually balance out to be about the same because my percentage went down, but so did my allowed deductions.
Right, okay.
And I prepaid some of my property tax for this year last year.
Oh.
So that should help balance it all out.
Yeah, I don't know. My taxes for 2018 are probably going to be weird, so we'll see.
Yeah. You may actually do pretty well this year.
Maybe. 2017 I did well. I don't know how 2018 will flush out, but we'll see.
We have another little deduction.
Yes. I do have that.
It's pouring right now.
Is it? I know it was raining.
Yeah. It's Friday, November 2nd. We should probably have led with that. We'll bury the lead.
Yeah.
And it was like 70 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, it was like 65 today.
But global climate change is a myth. Myth? Myth?
Yeah.
Okay. You got the reference.
No,
that's what
but I mean, it's not the first time it's been this warm in November. It's rare, but it does occasionally happen.
You can. I don't know.
I remember actually it was Melissa's cousin's bar mitzvah, I think. And the day after it was like 70 degrees. And I didn't check. We stayed overnight in like in like central Jersey in the Marlborough area. And so I didn't look at the weather in advance. So I had packed like a sweater for the next day. So that I wasn't a sweater in like 70 degree weather because I didn't plan.
Yuts. And we have my niece's bat mitzvah 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Fun.
We have a wedding tomorrow night, so I get to wear my tux.
More fun.
In Long Island.
Yay. Were we out there last weekend? No, I don't think so.
Think.
I think we were out there 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And then, I'll actually be in for my family for Thanksgiving for their first time since 2011, I want to say.
Yes. You'll be in Florida.
I'll be in even warmer weather for Thanksgiving.
Or as my mother-in-law will say, beautiful sunny Florida.
They should release it.
Yes. It's like, no, hot and humid Florida. How about that?
When you go.
Hey, I've been there in January and it's humid and sticky and gross.
Are you thinking about going in the winter?
Yeah, we'll most likely go this year. The kind of we'll get unbearable guilt if we don't go this year. So
I don't know what our plans are yet. We want to do a cool summer.
I mean, it may have to be pushed off to March, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, because Max will still be in school.
Yeah,
but no, I meant you want pulling him out isn't a big deal as much as next year.
Even next year doesn't matter.
No, the year after kind of matters then.
Somewhat, yeah. Then it's different, but I mean, hey, when I was in school, my parents would pull us out of school like a couple days early, or leave a couple days after the vacation starts, so that we weren't traveling on like the peak travel days.
It's fucking expensive those days.
Yep, which is why we didn't go.
We've gone to Florida around Christmas a couple times. It costs like $500 each. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
When I go in 2 weeks, it's costing $280 round trip.
Yeah, I think the last few times that I went, it was like, I think it was in the neighborhood of like $300 a person. I forget if that was round trip or. No, I think it was about $300 a person round trip.
Gotcha.
Give or take.
We have it should
but
be.
We
nice
also
now.
didn't necessarily buy the tickets far in advance, so.
Well, I bought the bat mitzvah tickets as soon as I possibly could because I knew when I was going.
Yeah.
And I'm also not going we're going the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the week before. And then we're coming back on Black Friday.
Yeah.
If I stayed 2 days later, my price went up like $200. Everyone's like, why aren't you staying through the weekend? I'll spend 10 days with my family. You'll be lucky if I haven't murdered someone by then.
Yeah. I will have been with my family for 10 days. You'll be lucky if I'm actually still staying with them at that point and haven't moved to a hotel.
Speaking with them.
That too. Yeah, they'll be happy to see you.
That'd be nice. Like I said, that's what's hard about my entire family being in Florida, like especially like the holidays. Like that's why it's nice. The last couple of years for Thanksgiving, we've actually gone to Marissa's cousin's family, and it's nice spending holidays with people. For the actual holiday, we're going to my sister's college roommate's house.
Oh yes, you've told me.
Yeah.
I guess that's one advantage of, we spend all of our holidays with either my family or my wife's family, but.
Well, I'm happy we're not going to my sister's house.
Okay. Oh, wait, why? She can't cook?
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't she, like, not have to cook?
No, she attempts.
Okay.
Unfortunately, intentions just don't taste well. And unfortunately, she doesn't listen to this podcast. So I think her brothers-in-law do. So guys, I'll owe you a beer if you don't say anything.
Say nothing. Oh, they'll totally rat you out.
Taste death, live life. Do you know what that's from?
Sounds familiar. I can't place it off the top of my head.
Remember the movie Ski Patrol?
Yes.
The guy with
the maniac, the crazy
the guy with
guy.
the split personalities that was in the band?
Yes.
I
have not seen that movie in God knows how long.
Speaking of Ski Patrol, my new coworker, we've given him the nickname of Blaine because he reminds us of the bad guy that would be in any ski movie from the 80s.
And you just decided that all of those bad guys were named Blaine.
Yes. Well, I didn't decide. My coworker did, and I kind of
just because it was Blaine in Hot Tub Time Machine.
And then we've also given my other coworker heard this like, "What's my nickname?" I looked at him and go, "Brisket." He's like, "Okay."
Alrighty then.
Yeah, been at my job a year, and
Mazel tov.
Blessing on my head.
No.
Oh, speaking of, did you see Goldberg's this week?
I feel like I saw part of it, but I haven't seen.
I'll put it
all
to you
of
this way: while we were just singing,
right. There was something at the. I think was it something at the end of that I thought was hysterical. I don't remember. Oh,
the Barry thing.
The Barry thing after the credits.
Laser Wolf.
Yes, that was great.
It's had the last two episodes have been pretty good. It started off a little weak.
Also, the one where Adam's girlfriend Jackie came back from NYU.
Yeah.
Greatest drag race scene ever.
Oh yeah. Where he's like pushing the car.
Yeah, one guy has to push his car because he's out of gas, and the other one, the tailpipe's dragging on the street and throwing sparks because it's overloaded with paving stones.
That was great. Sometimes, like, I felt the season premiere wasn't that strong though. Was that the Breakfast Club one? No,
no, it
16 Candles.
Yeah.
I think they're trying a little too hard.
Some of those gimmicky ones are crappy, but yeah, this week's episode was decent. But also, I think the ones that focus a lot on like the Barry and Lainey getting married angle and the Erica home from college with nothing to or trying to become a rock star angle are those I'm not crazy about just because it's just veered away from the reality of his family too much. So
he probably only has so many stories he can tell.
Well, that too. And granted, also the real Erica is actually Eric.
Did Eric really marry Jeff Schwartzman?
No.
Mm-hmm. JTP. Here's the other thing that's weird is Barry and the JTP graduated at the end of last season.
No, he didn't graduate.
He graduated high school. That's when she proposed to him at the high school graduation.
Wasn't a graduation? It was it was a dance.
No, that's when they first started. Barry graduated last season finale. That's.
Do I have to go back and watch the finale?
I may actually still have it saved.
I have it at home.
Hold on. Give me the remote.
The remote? What remote?
That remote. Hold on.
Now we're going to go and check the Goldberg's season finale.
Pretty sure I still have it saved.
Okay then.
Mm-hmm. As I bring up the TV, if it ever comes up, put it on mute.
Yeah, they're a little inconsistent on chronology too.
1980 something.
Well, yes, there's 1980 something, but like.
Speaking of 1980 something.
What?
It was just Fred Savage.
Oh, anyway, but like when
oh no, I deleted it.
When
Season
during
5
the
now.
year Adam's birthday falls,
it's very
is
inconsistent.
Different from year to year.
Episodes. List of the Goldberg's episodes. Read article. Season 5. Let's Val Kilmer this.
Yes.
Car. And of course there's no description of it, so let's copy
And
Boo
Google it.
earns.
I thought I had saved.
I want to say it's like prom.
Yeah, but they remember Barry wouldn't graduate.
What do you mean Barry?
Barry ruined graduation.
I don't remember Barry ruining graduation.
When Lainey was back to town, Barry said the prom when she says no, he plans a senior prank with Principal Ball's car to get out of going. Meanwhile, Erica tells, I don't have a full synopsis.
Yeah, it's almost like it's senior prank, but it's almost like they didn't quite complete his senior year.
I thought that they graduated.
No, I feel like it was going to prom, but I don't think they actually did him graduating. Because the end of the episode was like Erica was playing at prom. Her band was playing at prom.
You may be right. But then, how is Jeff Schwartz just taking his SATs if they already had prom? But Erica...
Maybe it was junior prom?
But then, no. I guess they would be 2 years apart, wouldn't they?
Oh, they could be a year apart. It's not unheard of. Speaking of the Goldbergs, there's a commercial for it on right now.
And other Ericas there.
Yes.
Goldberg, Wednesday on ABC. Breaking news at 11, at least one person killed, several others hurt when a gunman opened
people-
fire at a yoga studio.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Gunman opened fire at a yoga studio. Where?
Somewhere in New York, because that was Ernie... What's that? Ernie Anastas?
No, Ernie Anastas is on Channel 5, I think.
Was that Ernie Sabella?
I don't know. It was whoever anchors Fox 5 News here.
Wasn't that Channel 7?
Oh, yeah, that was Channel 7. Sorry. Whoever anchors WABC News.
WABC.
No, not NBC. ABC. Eyewitness News.
I think it's time for Big Bang Theory to end, though.
Well, it's their last season,
Yeah, but
so...
I think they should have ended it with Sheldon's wedding last season. I think that would have been a good final episode.
Yeah, I mean, No, some of the stuff that I've seen in this season has been pretty good.
The Raj stuff is the most interesting part.
Yeah, well, because he's the only one who hasn't really his personal life hasn't really progressed to anything.
Even Stewart's having sex.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Last night's episode was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen most of it.
Oh, and do you watch Murphy Brown at all?
Yeah.
Did you see last night's?
Not really, no.
Okay,
I have to
I'm not
watch
going to spoil it for you. But basically they did a whole thing on the midterm. Her and her
Right.
son had a bet on who would last longer because they were both on all day in the midterms.
Right.
So he was on...
The Wolf Network?
Yeah, the Wolf Pack in the Morning, or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
With John Haggerty, who talks to the president every day.
Yes, I know.
Played by Peter Gallagher.
Yes, I saw that.
It was hilarious.
Like, yes, I talk to him every day and I tell him what to do. Basically, I'm running the country.
I was dying.
Oh, wait, you're not kidding.
That's actually, I think it's really well done.
Yeah,
It's
is.
the same
although
show
we would be willing to bet that Republicans are not a big fan of the show.
Republicans weren't a big fan of the show 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, nothing's changed.
I mean, the whole potato thing with her?
What potato thing?
The Dan Quayle thing?
I don't remember. I mean, I know.
So Dan Quayle went on air and basically was talking about how we have Murphy Brown on TV as a single mother. And
Yeah.
criticized her. So they got revenge on the show by having him actually making it seem like he was attacking Murphy Brown, the character, not the show.
Right.
And then they had a scene where garbage truck pulled up in front of the vice president's mansion and just unloaded a ton of potatoes in front of it.
Okay.
And the rapport that she has with the guy who plays her son is actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Have you watched The Conners at all?
No, that I haven't watched.
I thought the Roseanne revival was pretty good. I actually think The Conners is doing all right.
Yeah, so that's what I've heard, but
I think it's surviving without Roseanne.
yeah, well, I mean, hey, there's a whole other cast. There's a whole cast outside of Roseanne there, so yeah, I'm sure they can carry a show.
And I watched.
But they just killed off her character at the first episode.
She was already dead in the first episode. She
Yeah.
died in the off season, and it was from an opioid overdose.
Right. Because that was one of the storylines in the
last
Roseanne season, right?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit of it.
Did you watch Roseanne back in the day?
Not really, no.
See, I always liked the show.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I still watch too much TV. Another show that I really like is Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. That's not. You need to watch that.
Yeah, that's in its last season now too, right?
So funny.
Isn't it like a musical?
Basically, yes and no. There's musical numbers in it, but basically what it is like, it seems like she just has no sense of reality, and her subconscious turns everything into a musical when she needs it. Kind of like that Scrubs episode.
Yeah. Okay.
But the musicals are fun. There was a song called the Sexy Getting Ready song.
Okay.
Another song called Period Sex.
Ew.
White hot guys have problems too.
Okay. That doesn't
It
sound
is
good.
pouring.
How can you tell? It's dark.
I hear it.
Yes, I hear it. I don't know if I mean, it sounds like
Why
it's
has it got to be
raining
about
heavily.
color, racist?
Whatever. Jackass.
It is coming down in buckets.
Yeah, it's coming down.
Think
right
Max is still awake?
Yeah. Possibly, but it's very possible that he's out by now.
You're gonna
It's going to be a fun drive home. Now it sounds like it's really
Maybe
coming
I'll
down.
move the car and then you can pull into the driveway. We're in our West Coast studio tonight.
Yeah. West coast of the Hudson River. Oh, good. It's easing up a little.
Yeah. Usually when it rains that hard, it doesn't last that long.
Yeah, I know.
Wonder if they can hear it. Can you guys hear the rain? Let us know. Email us at dumbass@citizenho.com. And
Yay.
and pay our bills, bitches.
Yeah, pay the bills. Go to www.audibletrial.com/citizenho, where you can download or can sign up for a free 30-day trial account and get a free audiobook download. There are thousands upon thousands of titles to choose from, such as one that my esteemed colleague can recommend once he actually looks it up because somebody didn't plan ahead today. This is what happens when you haven't done an episode for 3 months, apparently. Come on, slacker, get moving. Now you can't complain about my Wi-Fi because apparently yours sucks too. Bitch.
That's not a good one.
Damn it, hurry up.
Let's try to look up Murphy. Let's look up a Dan Quayle book.
Ah,
I spelled Dan Quayle.
D A N
I can't find a fucking
space
Here we go.
Q.
Here. Trump in the White House. Bob Woodward. Read by Robert Petkoff.
Okay.
The greatest journalist of our time talks about Trump.
Yeah, and that he's kind of a nutcase.
So if you want to read fact, or is it fiction? Or is
Fake news! Fake news!
You sound like Sam from Today's Special when you say that.
Not quite. That would be more like fake news! Fake news!
I'm so looking forward to you and I when we're 80 and people are watching us argue.
Who says people will watch? They'll just say, two crotchety old people. And then they'll keep on walking.
Maybe we'll have a YouTube channel.
They won't care.
Just because we're grumpy old men alive.
As opposed to grumpy old men dead?
Well, they are dead. Lemon and Matt are
yes,
both dead.
now they are.
There was a Tallahassee shooting.
Oh, goody.
President's racist.
Yeah, well, we knew that.
Alec
actually, I don't know if he's necessarily... I don't know if he's outright racist. I think he's just insensitive.
I think he's just stupid.
And that, too.
I think he doesn't realize the ramifications of what he says and how he says it.
Yeah.
Like saying there's good people on both sides because he's trying to appease everybody, but like I said, you're going to a rally...
Good people are, there are good
Fine
people on
people.
the Nazi side.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I could see people wanting to preserve the monuments because before the Civil War, everything was more about state pride versus country pride. Well, after the Civil War, we became a country, really.
Yeah, okay.
So I get the people wanting to show on their state. So I'm walking along. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what? I want to protest them taking down a Robert E. Lee statue. Holy shit, they're wearing swastikas. Good night, everybody. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Enough
Well,
said.
also, a lot of those statues... What?
Water, not your wax shit. Oh, it's empty. Fuck you.
Well, you wanted the picture, you got it. A lot of those statues weren't like commissioned like right after the Civil War. They were commissioned in the
like the early
1920s and 30s.
due to Jim Crow.
They were commissioned by like the local Ku Klux Klan chapters.
Exactly.
So yeah, those weren't put up just to remember.
But that's a really dry rosé.
Okay then. Yeah, they weren't put up just to remember the good old days. They were put up as a reminder.
Were the good old days.
Yeah,
Those
whatever.
were the good days. I think that's from Even Worse.
Maybe.
Weird Al.
Yes, I'm aware.
Greatest artist of our time.
I don't know about that.
With you, bro.
You're pointing up to the sky like he's dead. He's still very much alive.
But he's always with me.
Right.
You're gonna. Sure you don't want to crash?
No can do.
No can doozy, baby doll.
At least we do have an extra bottle for the baby, so if we wait around a little bit, we can still feed her.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. And then there's Max.
Max will just pass out. He'll just sleep in the car or whatever.
I miss my summer Fridays. Well, I only had half a day of work today, but I'm getting a sleep study done.
Ooh, fun. Well, probably not, but...
So a doctor can tell me you have sleep apnea. Here's a CPAP. That'll be $10,000. In other news, we're finally doing our kitchen.
Yay! Yeah, your kitchen's old.
What?
I said, your kitchen's old.
Yeah. We're gonna... I wish we could build back, but I just don't have the money to do that. But I think what we're doing will make a nice difference. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, it should help.
It'll open this area up, too, which will be nice.
Yes. That it will.
The interesting thing is the kitchen actually does go back about 3 feet past this wall here.
Right. Okay.
So it's going to be open from basically... That whole area is going to be open there. And then we're going to have a cupboard right behind me. Which on a podcast, as I'm pointing to, I realize you guys can't see. But
Yeah, shame on you.
shame, shame, shame.
Just stop. You can't sing. Just get used to it.
Like I posted a video of me and my coworker singing.
No, I don't know if we want to see that either.
Alec Baldwin was arrested today.
Yeah, he got in a fight or something. I didn't hear
Over
the whole story.
a parking spot.
Ooh, fun. Didn't he get into a fight with somebody over something with a bicycle a number of years ago?
Bicycle.
No, just stop. You're definitely not Freddie Mercury.
That came out today. My mom and nephew saw it. I heard it wasn't very good. They liked it.
Oh. I'm kind of interested to see it. So, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you went to a movie?
When we went to see, what's it called?
Ready
Player One.
I did like that.
It was fun.
Yeah. Is it streaming yet?
I don't know.
Let's check it out on Amazon.
Oh.
Pay for movies. Who does that? That's so like 1900s.
20th century.
Let's see. Is it on Prime? I know it's on Netflix. Ready Player One. Nope. But it's going to be on HBO soon.
Really? I thought HBO used to take about a year to show a movie.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, I mean, what's it? It's been...
Been about 8 months.
Yeah. So it's still close to a year.
It depends on who the studio is. And I gotta tell you, I did the math on if it's worth it to cut the cord.
Yeah, I mean the biggest problem that I see is that you have to pay for all the individual services that you want to get,
I looked
and
at
it adds up quickly.
It's about a $40 a month difference,
Okay.
which is about $500 a year, which isn't chump change. But there's one thing that's stopping me.
What?
There's 2 channels my wife watches.
HGTV and Food Network.
And that's not on the streaming service I was looking at.
Yeah. That is what, I assume that could be problematic. And that would be problematic for me, too.
I don't really watch either of those that much anymore.
My wife still does. I usually end up putting something on TV in our room and I end up falling asleep. Then next thing I know, she's in bed and the baby's in the crib, and then I just go back to sleep.
Mercy usually falls asleep before me, but she doesn't like if I come to bed after she's fallen asleep, though.
Why? Because it wakes her up?
She says she does. I don't think it does.
Oh. I'm not there to observe. I couldn't tell you.
I think she lies.
Oh, wait. I don't want to be there to observe. None of my damn business.
Damn right, Skippy.
Hey, what goes on in my room is none of your damn business either, so.
Touche. That just reminded me of Israel.
What? Get any action?
Exactly.
We didn't have a room for that.
What was it, like 2:30 in the morning that you came back to the room?
No, I don't think it was that late. I think it was like 12 or 1 in the morning. I basically got in the gate of the hostel right before they shut it for the night.
And we had passed out because we were exhausted.
Yeah.
That was the free day.
I remember I was getting back there as quickly as I could, and I was worried I was going to get shut out.
What would you have done?
Honestly, I don't know. Probably banged on the gate, yeah.
Let me in, let us out, let us out.
Oy.
I kind of want to go back to Israel.
I would like to go back.
All right. Our next episode will be live from Tel Aviv.
Not likely.
Dead from Tel Aviv. No, that sounds worse.
That sounds bad.
Let's go to Atlantis.
Not
the resort, the real city.
I'd rather go to the resort.
Well,
I know it's expensive as hell. But
well, last time I was on that island, it was awful. It was like this.
It was worse.
We were there during Hurricane Irene. That may have been the worst rainstorm I've ever been to in my life.
I don't think that was Hurricane Irene. It may have been.
It was remnants.
I don't even know if it was remnants because
the hurricane. Yeah, the hurricane.
The hurricane was making its way up towards New York.
It was this awful rainstorm, and we were running through water that was up to our. Not even exactly. It was up to our knees.
No, it wasn't that high up. It was up to our ankles. And the storm drains were all overflowing.
Yeah, and our friend sent us back to the ship while she ran around to get something for free.
Yeah, she ran around to get some deal through some coupons that we got from the ship.
She's nuts, but we love her.
Hey, that's okay.
But we can't go away when your mother-in-law tells us not to.
I don't care. I'm going to go away when I damn well feel like it. My mother-in-law can just deal with it. And hey, that trip is a perfect example. She drove us crazy because we were taking a cruise right in hurricane season because we were going I think it was the end of August. It was the end of August.
Yeah, it was we were the week of our anniversary.
Yeah, and it was we were supposed to come back to New York on my father's birthday, but we got stuck in Florida, taking refuge from a hurricane in New York.
Was there an earthquake in New York too when we were down there?
There was an earthquake. There was a small earthquake while we were away. So therefore, my mother-in-law's concerns were all completely backwards because we didn't have a problem with the hurricane while we were down there.
Yes, we did.
The problem with the hurricane was when we came back.
One of our days at sea was rainy, and we had to hit Nassau on the way back, not on the way there.
Yes, because of the rain.
Yeah.
We had to take a slightly different route. But it wasn't a serious negative effect. I mean, a rainy day sometimes happens on a cruise. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's nothing out of the ordinary.
It's ironic. It's like rain on your wedding day.
Ha ha ha.
It's a free ride in the month of May.
But her main concern was, you're going to get stuck because of the hurricane. It's like, we got stuck because of the hurricane in New York, not down there.
Fortunately, we all had places to stay.
Yes, we all had places to stay.
With your grandmother-in-law who doesn't believe in air conditioning.
Yeah, well, unless it's 500 degrees out.
How do you survive staying there?
Well, now I don't have to. I can just go to Valencia Cove.
My parents just got their air conditioner. I think I have to install an air conditioner on the
on the terrace?
When I get out, I don't know. I do. I'm like, Ma, do you really want me doing this? You've seen my handiwork, right?
Does this mean I'm going to have to go over there when I'm down there?
Quite possibly.
Ah, shit. I'm have to.
Fortunately, my dad
have to drive down to Lauderdale and fix your mother's air conditioner.
Not that far.
Yeah, what is it, like 30, 40 minutes?
Yeah, give or take.
I mean, it's not terrible, but
I don't know. Maybe I'll see. I don't know if I'm going to go down in the fall, in the winter.
I think the last time we were there when you weren't, we ended up meeting your parents for dinner at some Greek restaurant.
Yeah, I think they came up to you.
Yeah,
I think
it wasn't all the way up to us, but it was close by.
I think that was when Max was really tiny.
Max was.
I don't think he was one yet.
No, because he was walking around. Because that was when your mother gave him that little push pull thing that's like the little popcorn dome thing that you push around.
That he loved.
Yeah, he still plays with it sometimes.
Has Harper started stealing his toys yet?
No, not really. She's starting to like hold things and tinker with them a little bit. So
it's gonna be fun when she starts doing stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, he'll adjust just like every other kid does.
Or kill her.
No, he won't kill her. He may just, he'll do what most kids do. He'll probably grab things back and say, "No, Harper," and then, then she'll start crying, and
then he'll start crying, and then you'll start crying.
No, because then we'll come in the room or whatever. What happened? Why is she crying? She took my toy, and then we're gonna yell at him because whatever. No, well. We'll probably yell at him for taking things from her or something. It's like, she doesn't know any better, and then he'll get upset and start crying.
Then I'll start crying.
Yeah. Hey, you saw me before. I had to put him in timeout. He cried plenty. Did I cry?
You were kind of laughing. You're kind of a jerk.
I'm used to it. It's like, I know what happens when I put him in timeout. He sits there and screams like a maniac for 20 minutes. Well, for like the 5 minutes that I leave him in there.
Does he get timeouts at school ever?
No, they're not really allowed to discipline. All they do is like if he does something to another kid on the playground, like they'll just make him sit down for a few minutes. And
they'll make sure he doesn't hurt himself or someone else.
Yeah. And like they'll like there was a period where he occasionally bit kids. It was pretty rare, but it did happen. And when that happened, they would make him go sit down somewhere, and then they would tell him, you don't bite people, and just reinforce it. And then we would have the same, a similar conversation with him at home that evening.
And then you try not to tell Grandma.
Yeah, we avoided telling Grandma. I told my parents about it, but my parents are sane.
Ish.
Yeah, ish.
Ish being the key word.
I mean, they handled the biting stories without any issue.
Maybe reasonable is a better way to put it.
Yeah, maybe. Also, I mean, my sister had a biting problem for a little while, so my mom remembers that, and she's used to it.
Speaking of your sister, I saw she got that I guess, sort of promotion.
Yeah, well, it's a new position, and instead of working, she's doing the same thing. I think she does have a higher title, but also she was working for Cushman & Wakefield, they're the property management company down there. But everything she was doing, and most of the people that she dealt with on a day-to-day basis, were Port Authority people. Yeah. So she was really more involved with the Port Authority side of things down there than the Cushman & Wakefield side. So eventually, I think basically the Port Authority claimed her. So she is now a Port Authority employee as opposed to a Cushman & Wakefield. She gets much better benefits. Her benefits all changed. And I don't know if she may get like a free or partially subsidized Metro card or something.
She probably gets some sort of pension too.
She has a choice between a 401k, I think, or a pension, and she basically has to choose one or the other, and that's what And once she makes that choice, that's it. She's locked into it.
Crosby.
Oh, the wine.
And Domino.
Yeah.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Did I get them all? Sorry, my coworker. I used to get Neil Young and Neil Diamond confused for some reason.
Why?
They're both named Neil.
Yeah, but they're Totally different.
So I got Paul Simon and Neil Simon confused too. They're totally different.
Yes, they are. I don't know how you could get those confused either.
Their last name is Simon, and their first names are similar. They're both Jewish.
But one's a playwright, one's a musician.
They're both artists.
Totally different kinds of artists.
You see art one way, I see it another.
Oh, you lump every kind of art form all together as one?
Yes. I am art blind.
Well, you are colorblind.
Exactly. And tone deaf. See, that's why.
There you go. Now it all makes sense.
It's clicking. So I don't believe the holiday season is starting like 2 months ago.
It was at least 2 months ago. I think I started seeing Christmas stuff at BJ's in like July.
It's crazy how early they start that now.
Yeah. Maybe
I
it
do
was
most of my
August.
shopping online.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do now.
Well, now they're trying to level the playing field by making online retailers collect sales tax nationwide.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't know how much of a difference. Whatever. You can't go to Toys R Us anymore, so.
I think it's coming back. It's going to be called like Jeffrey's Toy Box or something like that.
I don't know. I did read something that somebody was like buying the
Brand.
name and all the intellectual property.
Walmart and Target have all the same shit.
Yeah, I know.
And so does like the internet.
Yeah, well, that's the beef. Is and then on the internet you can get better prices.
So what do you think Max is going to want for the holidays this year?
I don't know. Now we have to kind of ask him.
Dinosaurs?
Dinosaur, maybe some kind of Bob the Builder toy. I don't know. We'll see.
Harper's easy. Here, what did Max like when he was that age? Oh, let's wrap that up and give it to her.
At that age, they're perfectly happy with a cardboard box. They don't care.
Max may be happy with the cardboard box.
For him, I'd say that's questionable.
All right, since we haven't done this show in a long time, I think we're going to skip the movies because if we don't do it every week, there's no point.
Yeah, and probably wasn't that popular a feature anyway.
Yeah. So we got so much feedback from you, but we'll try to record. Our goal is to try to do once a month.
Give or take.
Yeah, as long as this goes on. I mentioned to Marissa that I'm thinking about killing it, and she goes, "No, you have to keep doing it." I'm like, why? You don't listen.
Yeah. Yeah, why does she care?
Exactly.
She's not a fan. Gosh. My wife doesn't listen either, but...
They don't support us.
Shame.
When Marissa
they don't get our humor, so...
When she worked at social media, I would like every fucking post she did.
All right, calm down.
This hurts, Kev. It really hurts deep. Like, right here.
I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah, and fuck the Red Sox. Fuck the city of Boston. Fuck the New England Patriots.
All right, calm down.
And fuck the Dallas Cowboys. And the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oy.
And the Ohio State Buckeyes.
All right, enough. I think it's time to go.
All right. So, email us, dumbass@citizenho.com. Find us online, facebook.com/citizenho. Tweet us @citizenhopod. Instagram @citizenhopod. @citizenhopod. That's citizenhobob. Wow, we're out of practice.
Shame.
So, I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
Be excellent to each other.
Bye-bye.
Station!